Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D3 here today. We're going to go ahead and do some gameplay for the brand new hit in the game. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you are new for more content. Not only hit, we are going to be showing off the Botamageta, the summonable unit. There are a couple of awakenings for the old units. Well, for the SR, Magetta, and Botamo, feel free to jump in, Hydros. We also do have the Awakening for Champa, and we also do have a brand new Frost. So hope you guys enjoy nonetheless. So for this, we are going to take on Bardock, and then we're going to go ahead and run it back. We are going to use this hit, and we are also going to take on the other boss rush, and we're going to make a more specialty team, because I did want to pretty much make this a Universe 6 team for this portion of the video. And again, guys, go ahead and check out Hydros down below. Link will be in the description. So, for now, let's go ahead and just float the Champa. Put him in the last spot for now. We want to get hit alongside Jiren and Champa ultimately. So, for now, it's cool, though. So, what phase of this event is the AGL? Is it? Oh, it's the final one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can kind of just super. It's fine.
No.
Well,
okay.
not there,
oh, Kale can. We'll see what Champa can do. Oh, wait, no, I'm not.
Well,
no, I'm not.
Kale's going to come through and pretty much do an insane amount of damage just because the Champa support. So there's that.
He's going to just slap Goku's dad around.
Yeah. So 800K pretty much. 1.2 million. It will be a little bit higher. We are taking a Jiren friend. If you don't know what these units do, by the way, I'll leave a link to my video from earlier down below in the description so you can know all about them. But Hit and Jiren have the same leader skill. Hit also does have a second leader skill as well, but pretty much we're just using the Jiren. So for now, you can leave the Botamo and Frost together. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. I wanted to kind of let some of these other units get a spotlight as well. So again, gonna super there, and we will come through right here for the Botamo. The cool thing is we will have Hit and Jiren next round, so that's cool. We should have actually paid attention to the fact that Hit was the unit that was off. That was my fault, and kept the Champa on the rotation last round, so we would have had his best setup. Unfortunately, we get sealed though, so there's that.
Oh, Frost got a stun, I think. It was,
Did he?
Yeah.
He stuns via the passive, but the thing about stuns via the passive is that they're just one-turn stuns, pretty much. Unless it says otherwise. So he shouldn't be stunned here anymore.
Too much.
Yeah, exactly. So unless Jiren decided to stun, which he didn't. So we're going to let Hit get the attack here.
First slot?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He's going to pretty much just finish it. Yeah, he's gonna just finish it pretty much from this range. So 1.6 million attack. So I believe he can get about double. So we have a little bit more climbing to do, but not bad in general. So Hit does finish off the Bardock.
He got a stun.
He did get a stun. Let's see how often he can actually do that. Yeah, in Boss Rush. Very rarely in Boss Rush. But you know what? It's still really, really good. Float the Champa. It's still really, really good because of the fact that it's going to be relevant in the other modes that aren't Boss Rush. So... All right,
I mean,
so
for those who Rainbow Champa, finally got that awakening.
Oh yeah, I have a Rainbow Champa, and I can confirm that awakening is going to be juicy. This Frost though is good. His attack was about where Hit's is. Now, to be fair, he does have support here, but his attack is pretty freaking high. Now, the Botamageta is actually interesting too because they have a built-in Janemba passive. So we have Hit who has the built-in Gogeta passive, where they're super effective against all types. But it's conditional, right? The opponent has to be stunned, which he's stunned. Jiren actually stunned him here. So this is going to be a very hard-hitting attack. So just proceed and let him super attack. It's fine. So there's that. But then we also have, when you're below 80%, the Botamageta blocks every type of hit, just like Janemba. So it's pretty cool. So just by being stunned, he shoots up to 3 million. My goodness. Also because the Kale is there, too, and he links a little better with Jiren. So it's a better scenario nonetheless, but I mean, still, he didn't even get a crit against an int opponent, and he still did 2 million. 2 million no crit with type disadvantage. Jiren, for comparison's sake, coming through with 1.1. That's a 55% though, Jiren, right?
The friend one is, yes.
Yeah.
Was he the friend? Was the friend one alongside them?
Yeah, he was
Yes.
he was alongside. Well, that's the only Jiren here, so.
Yeah.
Just float Kale again. She doesn't really need to do much. Kale is going to be Kale. She's going to do a ton of damage. And the Boat to Magetta is pretty much a defensive unit with some offense and defensive viability. Frost is like the next best hitter on this team after like Kale and, you know, a unit like Kefla. So, and also, of course, obviously the hit. But like Frost is going to be one of those harder hitting units on this team. That's cool to see, though. So 876,000 for this unit here. So they're not going to be doing a ton of damage, but they're respectable, I would say, offensively. The worst thing about this team, though, is that all of the female Saiyans have access to Rebirth instead of having Fierce Battle. Like, if Kefla had Fierce Battle instead, especially Kefla and you know, well, mainly Kefla, because she has so many key links. Everything she has is a freaking key link. So, like, she really needed another offensive link. So here we go. He's not stunned. He is stunned. Oh, my goodness.
Is he?
He also has, we now have Champa support, so this is going to do a lot of damage. He's stunned. This is going to do a lot of damage.
I predict 3 mil crit right here.
He's going to be at like 3.2.
3.1.
3.2. 3.18. Yeah. I figured he'd be about 3.2. Yeah, hit has went from 1.6 to 3.2, man. Doing 3.2 million. No crit. Wow. Hit is very powerful. Ooh. His biggest issue, though, is that he doesn't have access to any defense, but he is a offensive powerhouse. This guy is insane. Unlike, I don't blame people for wanting to skip, but he is freaking worth it, man. Like, he is worth it. I think that he is a very, very good unit, and when he drops, I'm going to summon, and when he drops on JP, I'm going to summon too. He's definitely coming to JP at some point, so, you know, I'm cool. You can just take that Jiren up there. He's cool. Yeah. And another thing, too, is that we're using Jiren friends instead of actually using a friend that would have otherwise don't mind
level
that team. Yeah, so the thing is we are using you know, Jiren friends instead of a friend that would give hit an additional 20% more attack. So well, his main leader skill is 170.
Every time I throw in a friend, I always mess up the super attack, so I was like, let's do Jiren.
It's all cool. I felt like hit would still be good enough here. So people need to understand. By the way, I was getting questions about this. I thought it was self-explanatory, but no, he doesn't get both category leader skills, the Jiren. I mean, the hit. He does not get both. But he is weaker here than he would be otherwise. So for this, we want to get Jiren and hit together again and leave the others here for now. Because we're going to have Go Frieza and 17. And then, actually, you know what? We'll do Go Frieza and 17 and hit alongside Champa. So for now, you can leave it as is. The setup there right now. Yeah.
I guess I can't really avoid the super.
Yeah, I know you're gonna get it. That key support's too strong, and they all have tournament of power. So like, it is what it is. So I tweeted out earlier. I'll probably do a formal video on it. Of course, I'll need a thumbnail, Hydros. But I'll probably do a formal video on a team build guide for this category. Whether it's the Universe Survival Saga variant, you know, where you dip into units from that category, or it's the variant that's simply Universe 6 only. So I tweeted about that, and this is pretty much one of the better possible variants. But the cool thing about this team, too, is that it does actually capitalize on an offensive standpoint for Hit as well. And like I was saying, Hit does suffer in the defensive department. So when you compare him with other support units that can kind of a little bit help him a little bit, you know, it does make it a little better. We're going to float the Go Frieza from here and put Hit in the front. Jiren did not stun, unfortunately, but we do get a type attack there versus the Vegeta.
Making sure I got AGL selected, although he's selected by default anyway.
Yeah, you're good. And he can also be debuffed, so I mean, Hit's attack will lower his attack. Oh, Hit didn't take much from a normal attack. So 1.6 million, no support, type advantaged attack, but 1.6 is a very respectable attack stat. Because that's normal Dokkan. Here it is. 1.6 for Jiren 2. That's a normal Dokkan Fest type attack stat. Where they're not like super buffed up or things like that. That's a very normal number. So I was about to say that, but Jiren just proved it for me, right? So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. And again, he could be a little bit higher than he was there.
Load off Champa.
Right here. Yeah. And also, I really like the synergy that Hit has with units like LR Goku and Frieza, because Hit can debuff. And the debuff is something that needs to be applied for the Goku and Frieza to get that additional part of their passive. So, of course, they do have 17, but if you don't have 17 or you don't have them on rotation yet, or whatever the case is, right, the LR would be able to come through and do a ton of damage if Hit was actually able to debuff, which he will do, assuming that the opponent can be debuffed. So that's a cool thing that he can do. And also, again, you've seen it a little bit here already in the video, but the synergy with him and Jiren. So it works both ways. If Hit were to stun an opponent, which Hit actually has 2 separate stun chances, if he were to stun the opponent, Jiren would be able to capitalize on it and launch a guaranteed critical hit. And also the other way around, you know, the Hit is able to just be better when Jiren auto stuns. Okay, so right here, that's pretty much obviously a victory. But again, he's not taking a super, but I'm still kind of impressed that he's not just getting folded with these normal attacks. Freaking love this super attack. I'm so happy they didn't reuse the freaking super attack animation. I'm so happy about that.
I think they're starting to not do that, at least for newer Dokkan Fests.
Not as much, it seems. No. Yeah, they've been putting a lot of more time and effort into their unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The Go Frieza, honestly, realistically, will probably one-shot. Or get really close. This is a really crazy setup for this unit. It's going to get very close. So we'll see. Especially considering that this guy's attacking here.
Say, Go Frieza is based off of a stun for the extra 77%, isn't it?
No, it's attack debuff.
Oh, attack debuff. Okay, 6.6.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's why I was saying. Like, Hit's actually really good because his passive debuffs the opponent's attack. Well, actually, I think it can just be anything. But to be fair, like, Hit will debuff. Wow, he's so lucky they didn't crit him. They would have beat him if they crit him.
Yeah.
They're a little bit weaker here, though, of course, because their leader skill is like, wow, 10 damage. Their leader skill is freaking 177%. So on their actual team versus this mismatched double 150 lead that they're getting, they would obviously beat him. All right, so the cool thing is, though, we are pretty much done with that. We'll take on another opponent, though. We'll take on Omega. Omega starts off as an AGL type, I believe, and we do have Hit here instantly. So this is actually really good. This is really good. Hit's going to be here. Champa will be here too. Perfect.
Champa and Jiren.
Second setup. Okay, put Champa on rotation. Put Champa in the front spot.
Yeah. The super?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I can't even get him a super, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We should have gave him a... Okay, there it is. We should have gave him one earlier. I didn't pay attention whether or not he got his secondary passive. But it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, this guy starts off as a physical type. This would have been so good.
I think
now we have to try to postpone. Yeah, the next one is AGL. Now we have to try to postpone next round so the LR doesn't beat him. Because I really want to get that type advantage attack.
Oh, if I can get them to not super.
2.3 with Champa here, without the opponent being stunned or anything. So. Boom, 2.1. I love that, man. He just hits him that last hit, and it's like, boom, and he's just done. He walks away. Oh, look at this guy, auto stunned. Freaking Jiren, bro. Separate those two. Yeah, you kind of have to here. And also don't let 17 attack in the front. So put the LR in the front, Jiren in the middle, and go from there. Yeah. We're going to break our rotations here because I don't want the LR to get the extra boost. But realistically, I don't think it matters. I think the LR is just going to one-shot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Type advantage
1.5. Look at how badly we butchered this unit. Yeah. 1.5. Watch him do it.
2.2.
There it is. Well, there that goes. Good news is we did get a type advantage attack earlier, so I guess... what I want to do for this is let Topo attack front spot. You got to move it. Yeah, you got to unlock it.
This is the only healing item I got, too.
Yeah, let Topo attack front spot and super attack with the... Oh, he can't be stunned. That's so annoying. But I guess it's realistic because a lot of events can't be stunned. So, yeah, there we go. Let Champa super.
I guess boss rush would be too easy if we were allowed to stun every single time.
Just the Dokkan events in general will be too easy, I guess.
I mean, if you have Goku and Frieza, every event is easy.
Pretty much. And this is actually our final round that we are going now with this attack. We're going to end it off here. So guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below about these units. Hit will finish it off with double supports, but no stun, unfortunately. 2.8. Well, we get a crit. We do get a crit for 2 million damage. He doesn't finish it. Champa, please finish the job. Type disadvantaged and all. Do it. There we go.
I was going to say, if he did not finish.
Yeah, so we're going to end it here. We're not going to play through the rest of the Mega event. Again, make sure you do check out in the description. Thank you so much for joining me, man. It's definitely a pleasure and helping me out here with the video. And guys, again, let us know what you think about the hit down below in the description, or comments, excuse me. We'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.